What is going on, JavaMinecraft players? Today I'm going to share with you a mod pack that I ended up creating to get more performance and to help stabilize your performance with your phone with ZalithLauncher. The very first thing you're going to do is navigate to this download icon on the top right hand side, and on the left hand side you're going to hit subscribe. That's on the right hand side probably as well. And then you're going to click on mod pack. Now on the right hand side you're going to look for something that says search platform and change it to modern. There is a version of my mod pack for CurseForge, but it's only with Embedium and for 1.20.1, and I might update a version of that with NeoForge. I'm not sure yet. However, this is for Fabric. Now in the search bar you're going to type in OptiMobile. I have it updated for the latest version as of today of 1.21.11. I don't have every version either, by the way. I only did versions that were basically based off requests, and I also did a video about how to get the one that says 1.16.5 working, which has sodium as well. However, you can't use shaders with 1.16.5 unless you use zinc. I did a video about this, so if you want to go check that out, check it out. But if you want to install the latest version as of today, which is 1.21.11, then do so. Now download that version, and I'm going to tell you a few things. There's going to be some pointers here about OptiMobile. OptiMobile has a lot of the basic generic mods that you would see if you go into the download icon section, go to Modrinth, and you look at all the mods right here. It has sodium, cloth config, iris, ferrite core, entity culling, mod menu, lithium, immediately fast. So I'm just going to make sure that we have the right versions loading here. It has, I think I put the yet another config library, fabric layer Kotlin, sodium extra, Rhesus sodium options, dynamic FPS, more culling, and that's about it. Okay, now you can go through the list of what mods are in there. We have the text placeholder API as well, which is helpful for the mod menu. And that is it. I didn't really go crazy with this pack because I know it gives you more FPS and I know it works. Everything works just fine. It has the latest updates as of today as well for the mods, so you can again go through, if you actually select the right mod pack here, and check out what mods are in there if you want to. But again, I put the basic mods in this, okay, so that you can just use this mod pack and do whatever you want to it after. So if you want to go and add, you know, Zoomify to it after, go ahead and do so. I had some people that were complaining saying, oh, Zoomify, why isn't that in there? Not everybody wants to use Zoomify. That's why it's not in there. But if you want to use it, there you go, it's in there now. So that's why I didn't put anything like slot mods, anything like that, like Controlify or Controllable, for example. ZalithLauncher still doesn't work for any of those two mods, probably because we have a controller inside of ZalithLauncher. So if you complain about it not having certain mods, then just go add them yourself. But this is just the basics of what the OptiMobile mod pack is supposed to be, is just an optimization mod pack ready for you to just jump in and play. Now again, this is not going to fix lower end devices being slow no matter what. I have it set up for pre-configured settings right here, as you can see. Now if you want to see what kind of FPS your device can get, you can turn this to max frame rate if you want, turn off VSync, and you can check to see what kind of FPS your device can get. I have the cloud set to fast by default, but if you want to use fancy, you can, and check that out. All these other settings, up to you what you change after the fact. I just preset these up based off of what I know works on even like a Snapdragon 865 device and even Mali G57 GPU devices that I have. So if you want to just jump into the game and check out what kind of FPS you can get without, you know, tinkering or anything like that, then go ahead and do so. Just change it to unlimited. And then my basis of basically stabilizing your FPS, for example, if you take a look at the bottom left hand side of ZalithLauncher, I have the FPS counter showing how much FPS my device can get. I'm using 75% resolution scale right now on this device too, by the way, which I think looks fine, and I'm getting 500 plus FPS with the render distance and everything that I have it set to and everything else that I have this set to. And normally I would not be getting this much FPS without this mod pack. Like I think I was getting like 150 to 200 plus FPS more by using this mod pack with the same configurations. And I did a test side by side for that with the same device and everything. So don't be like, oh, it's because of your device. And it's like, well, no, it's not really just because of that. But as you can see, I'm getting like almost 1,000 FPS. what I would do with this case is I would crank up the render distance a bit, which I can. Bases off of what we can see here, I can probably get away with 10 chunks. Let's see what happens when we put up 10 chunks, okay? Now again, you're gonna still see that stuttering no matter what. That happens even on a PC or anything like that. And 10 chunks looks good. And we can see pretty far. And again, I'm still getting a decent amount of FPS in the bottom left-hand side. But what would I do with this after the fact? Well, I would stabilize this. I would go either with 120, 90, or 60 FPS. And how do you do that? Well, that's by locking the FPS, and that's why I locked it in the beginning to 60, because you're either going to be playing at 60 or 120 FPS on the most part, depending on your frame rate or your your actual hertz of your screen. So if you want to lock that at 120, that helps with also not overworking your device. It also helps with just getting a more stable gameplay rather than seeing a whole bunch of, you know, frame dips and frame drops and stuff like that. People call it lag. I don't call it lag. Lag is when your internet's not working properly. I call it like a frame dip. Okay, that's basically what that is. But anyways, not to educate you on what you want to call things. If you want to call it lag, go ahead and do so. So that's about it. I had somebody ask me, can you do a video about how to, you know, use your mod pack? And that's basically it. You want to tinker away with the mod pack after the fact, go ahead and do so. I just set it up a certain way so that it was kind of just download and play, and then you can enjoy. And yeah, you're gonna see like the random, you know, maybe 10 FPS drops every once in a while, but that's just the game is trying to render in all these chunks right now. So have a nice day. Enjoy playing Minecraft Java Edition with OptiMobile in 2025 or beyond, because I'll try to keep these updated as much as possible as well. And I will update more versions if people ask me to update other versions and stuff like that. I do it on my computer, so it's not too hard to do.